So we're more than 24 hours since puppies have been born, and we have a puppy that's lost 1 ounce. And they just get weak really fast, so we don't mess around. We're gonna tube feed this time, and then we'll offer the bottle after. So she's 8 ounces. We do 1 ml per ounce, so we're gonna try to push 8 ounces. Tube's been warm, formula's been warm. What else did I miss? Because last time I did this,
and we're doing 8 mLs, not 8 ounces. She's 8 ounces.
Sorry.
We're doing what?
People like tore me apart. I'm like, look, I may not have articulated it correctly, but it was all done. So, the tube's marked. That was a big thing. The tube is marked already from her chin to her diaphragm. We're gonna lube it because it's just not nice to do it dry. Viewer discretion advised. It's not pleasant. Nobody likes to do this, but if you don't, they will die. If they're too weak to eat and they're losing weight. So I follow the roof of the mouth. Try to wait till they naturally swallow. And again, I've already measured from her chin to her stomach, so I know where I'm going. Feel good about that. She's not even fighting. Well, no, she's fighting a little bit. All right, baby. I know. This might be, like, this just happens, and puppies just need that one extra little fill up, and then they get strong again, and they're able to nurse. This is a ICU. If you don't do it, she's not nursing. She's lost 1 ounce, which is a lot, and she's lethargic, and we've tried to nurse. So our next step again will be, we're gonna have tube feed, give her strength back, hydrate her, then we'll try to bottle feed. If she's still too weak and she won't bottle feed, we will tube feed again. There's nothing wrong with her. She's the runt of 10 puppies, and they just get behind. There's nothing wrong with her that we know of. I guess I should preface with that. Pinch the tube so nothing backflows. Oh, baby. And then we're gonna weigh again and just see. She's little itty bitty. You feel happy though, don't you? That feels good, I know. Not a pleasant way to do it, but. Keeping them warm is important. We warm the milk. What else do I need to say? We warm the milk prior. We warm the tube in hot water. Everything has to be warm. You cannot do this with a cold milk, a cold puppy, a cold tube. Everything has to be warm. No, we're not even in ounces. But see how she even flips it. She's not even No, I'm not reading glasses. You may not know this about me anymore.
There you go, you're on ounces.
It's not reading glasses now. Legit is getting serious.
At least I didn't say anything this time.
Yeah, well, you were going to be laughing.
Maybe I
couldn't read it. I couldn't read where my little arrow was. Ridiculous. Okay, 8.3. So we 8.2. That's not bad. We're up after feeding. So we'll check on her every 6 hours. That's the protocol. Again, the next step will be to try to take the bottle. If not, we will tube feed again every 6 hours to make sure she's getting her stomach capacity, because she's not nursing, and it's per 1 ounce of their weight. And you can figure out your math and convert it however. We do ounces of the puppy. 1 ounce equals 1 ml of their formula every 6 hours if they're not nursing. That is stomach capacity. So there you have it. Another tube feeding. Pink coffee, no. Then we'll give her back to mama. I could have done a little bit more, but what do you do if you have puppies that are still available after go home day? I know that can happen even if you had a full list going into breeding a female. People change their mind, life happens, or maybe mama had more puppies than you had planned for. There's lots of different reasons why. But what do you do now that puppies have gone home and you have some newly available puppies, because they are available to go home? So here's a few tips and tricks you can do. You can start spotlighting them individually, really talk about their temperament. You can put together a video collage of them working through curriculum. Just really spotlight them, give people the information of how big you think they'll get, what their coat may or may not look like, what they were bred for. Really just exude the positives of this puppy, of course still honoring them and clarifying what kind of family they're looking for as well, you know, giving the puppy a voice in their placement. The other thing you can start doing is reach out to all past clients and just say, hey, we've got these newly available puppies. I sell a lot of puppies to clients that have already bought 1 or 2 and sometimes even 3. So they're a great resource to use. Not only, well, they may not, even if they're not interested in getting a puppy at this time, they may know someone that is, and they'll go around showing people like, hey, this puppy's available, or whatnot. So you can use that resource as well. Lastly, you can start doing some initial puppy, I don't like to say the word training because you're just really building foundational skills, but you can call it training. I know that that's what people understand when you say that, but you can start and showcase this, video it, talk about it. People will see the puppy on video, and you can almost start their own little journey on, okay, we're working on kennel training, we're doing sit on the dog. And if you don't know what that is, check out my Power 3 series. I have a playlist on YouTube under 4E Kennels. I also have it in both of my books, both available on Amazon, The Ultimate Badass Breeder's Guide and Raising the Empowered Puppy. And it explains the Power 3 series, which is really, really important for building foundational work on bonding, on building trust and respect, on building polite manners and self-control, which is so important. We always just skip to like, oh, look, my puppy can sit, and some of that's trick training initially, but we really need to lay the foundational work of proper manners and behavior. So you can start doing sit on the dog, you can start doing hand feeding and record it. Depending how old and how big they are, you can start tether training. So that's the Power 3 series. Sit on the dog, hand feeding, tether training. So you can start showcasing those. You can start teaching them sit and stay and waiting for their food and just showing appropriate play and working on, look how we're not jumping. They go into an automatic sit. Get them in the car, showcase, hey, we're doing a car ride. We're doing safe exposure, carrying them on a short little outing. So you can start showcasing the things that you're doing for this puppy while they're waiting for their forever home. And you can keep reiterating, you know, like, look how brave this puppy is. This puppy's adventurous. Or you can see this puppy needs a little bit of reassurance. So it's looking for a family that has a lot of structure and routine and understands not to push too quickly too soon. So you can keep advocating for that puppy, giving them a voice the whole time, but also showcasing all the amazing things you're doing with that puppy. So there are the 3 tricks for you to use if you have a puppy that did not go home on go home day and that you still have, and then to try to help you sell the puppy. I know there's pros and cons, and the longer you go with training and you start working into public access work, you know, and a lot of exposure and really working on obedience for not
trick, but true obedience, there's always that option that you could raise the price a little bit. But I do know, as a breeder too, the longer that they're there, they are costing money and time and effort and energy. So you have to decide. A lot of people ask me, when do you discount? And that's all personal decisions based on how much time you have, how much space you have, if you have another litter coming up. There's a lot to consider. If you're taking a puppy out to do some exposure work and you have a litter at home that's not vaccinated, you're always taking that risk. And so you have to weigh that a lot. A good question came in our private Facebook group. If you're not in that, make sure you join. If you need a link, just ask below and we can give you a direct link to our private Facebook group. But a breeder asked, do you allow guardian families to come and visit while she's has her puppies, or do you allow them? And then you could further say, are guardian families allowed during delivery, any kind of visitations? I will say I have done everything. I've allowed guardians to be part of deliveries. I lost a puppy because of that. I've allowed guardian families to come in and visit when the puppies were 3 or 4 weeks old, and we've almost lost puppies because of that. So at this point, our contract is that they do not see them. We'll send pictures, we'll send videos, that we can FaceTime. It just messes with the mom, and it's a huge distraction because the dog's like, oh, it's my family, and they get really excited and they could step on or lay on a puppy, or you get really distracted and something could happen. You're managing a family and they've got their kids and there's a lot going on. So my advice is I wouldn't chance it. I wouldn't risk it. I've done it. I've done lots of different variations of it where guardians were really, really involved. And the best thing for the dog and the puppies is the least amount of stress. And allowing the families to come and go just creates more anxiety for the mom and confusion. So I will continue to not allow guardian families to be a part of deliveries or visit until the puppies are at least weaned and spending separate time, away from their mom. Then that's fine. They can come in and visit, and then soon enough the mom will be ready to go home either way. All right. Thanks for riding shotgun with me today. Bye.